Hey guys, how's it going? Owners here, and welcome to a new league race where we have the Indian Grand Prix with Apex Online Racing. And we're getting in my Mercedes. There we go for the qualifying. It is nice and sunny, and I can tell you that the race will be very sunny as well. So no rain expected for the race, which is good. Although, if I would have liked rain, it would have been on this track, but I'll come later onto that because it is because of the tire wear. It is pretty high on this track. So maybe main might have helped me a little bit, but still I prefer dry over the wet as always. That's always the case. So here we go then. Currently in P3 with a 123.6, and Jack First is in pole with a 123.5. Now my personal best coming into this qualifying was a 23.0. So 22s are possible. But you need a very good lap in order to get into the 22s. I can tell you that usually, I think, that's my opinion, you should be able to set in or put in a time which is an improvement from your personal best before the I think in the qualifying of a league race you should be able to beat your personal best, which you have set in the practice. Simply because with the league races you have more grip because there's more of a rubber on the track. There's more rubber on the track. This line, rubber line on the track, it really helps. It really gives more grip. So usually I practice with maximum 4 people, and now we're 16 people, so in theory that should be 4 times more rubber on the track, and it's really something to help. As Kifla right now goes to a 23.3, so that's a pretty decent time. And as you can see, Chicane is really close behind me, so we're going to do the same strategy as in Monza in Italy. So he is going to slipstream me throughout a lap. He said that he wanted that, so I will help him where I can. So here we go then, going across the line. DRS is wide open, using curves for the run through the line, and here we go. First corner, first gear corner, briefly first gear, then go back up to second, third corner, and third gear and fourth gear before braking into this hairpin, which is a very tricky hairpin. The braking is really difficult, very hard to not lock up there. Then the exit of the hairpin is very important, as there's one of the longest straights on the Formula 1 calendar. Up to the gears, 7th gear, and maxing out 7th gear at about 327 kilometers an hour, then braking down to the first gear in his right-hander, which is a very tricky right-hander in a race as well. A lot of lines possible through there, good for battling. Then his middle sector, which is a little bit more technical, lots of corners following up each other. As I messed up my apex there a little bit, was too far off that right-hander, which definitely cost me a little bit of time. A short brief moment there going into 4th gear through that chicane, then these very long right-handers, double right-hander, then this chicane left to right, 4th gear, and then back up to 5th gear. As I went a little bit too wide into there, definitely cost me a little bit of time, about 2 tenths up on my previous time, but I knew that I made a little mistake in my previous lap in the final sector, so the final sector could be a little bit better. Here we go. Opening up DRS, almost hitting the wall there, and we do a 23.3, so that's just 8 1/1000s up on Kifla. So a very close field at the moment. P1 until P4 is currently separated by only 2 tenths, and here we go. Then this is the end of qualifying. I managed to get in 2nd place, as that was a really quick result screen. I'm very sorry. Maybe you can pause the video. That was really quick. I can tell you that Furkan did a 23.1. I did a 23.3 in 2nd place. But that was really quick, and that was because I was talking to someone on Steam. I was congratulating Furkan with that pole position, so I didn't really have the time to record the result screen, so very sorry about that. I think Alex was actually in P5. He wasn't that quick on this track, as we see the strategy there as well, going with aggressive fuel, which is new. That's because I want to make the car as light as possible from the beginning on, to make the tires last as much as I can, because the tires is really a difficult task for me, trying to make them work. So here we go then. I think Alex is in P4, 5, 6, not sure. Anyway, lights are coming on. Furkan in front of me, Kifla behind me, and here we go. Now lights are out, so away we go. Quite a decent start, using a little bit of curse as I got into third gear a little bit too early, as Kefla around the outside there has a beautiful start, and he's looking on the inside there of Fergan, and it seems like Kefla is into the first place, as Fergan moves a little bit over on me there. That managed to caused the tire to lock up, but luckily I took a very wide line into that hairpin, and I got early on the throttle than the Red Bull, as we are now on the inside of Fergan, but Fergan has slipstream of Kefla, which is helping him. Nonetheless, I'm braking very late here, trying to make the move down, which I do indeed, and Fergan trying to come back on me there. Seems like he's too far back. Look in the mirror. Yeah, he's too far back, taking the inside line here. That's quite a straightforward pass. So back in P2 then, but this time we have Kefla in front of instead of Fergan. So right now the task is to stay with Kefla. And look in the mirrors, we have me in P2 then, and then it's Fergan, and there's a Red Bull, which is probably fat first, I would say, and then behind there's a Ferrari, so that must be the Ferrari of Alex. So Alex is currently in P5. And sorry guys, but as you can see, the screen right now is stuck. So the recording messed up there, but luckily the recording continued in lap 3, as I did the fast lap of the race, 127.7. Luckily we didn't really miss out too much. Basically the recording got stuck after lap 1, and it began again recording in lap 3, which is really strange. I didn't press any button at all during the race, the record button I mean. So that was very weird. Something messed up there, definitely. Luckily we didn't miss too much, and we can still carry on with this race. US has been enabled this lap too, but I'm too far back from Kefla to profit from that just at the moment. Fergan has the RS on me though, but I want to say something, because I was running 11.1 ride height for this race. Now this was quite a big impact on the sector 2 times. Sector 2 you need a lot of grip there, and that 11.1 ride height isn't really helping there. But I can tell you that it is definitely helping with top speed, and that's basically the only thing which kept me alive during this race, which you will see later on as well. It is my top speed, because normally I go with very short gear ratios, but this race, as we lose unfortunately connection to Tremium, this race I went for a little bit of a different approach with higher top speed. So I knew that I was going to struggle this race with the tires. So the only thing where I could hope for is that I had a very good first stint, and then basically hope that I was in the first position, and then hope to defend that first position with the high top speed. But unfortunately we are not in the first position right now. We are in second, but still currently pretty happy with that, because Alex is in P4, my main title contender obviously. He's in P4. So currently looking good for us. So this is lap 4, and this should be my scheduled pit stop. As you can see, the tires, they aren't looking really good anymore, so we should pit this lap as on -1 fuel. But that's okay, as I said before, I'm not really worried about that. We will have enough fuel, definitely, because as I said, I want to make the car as light as possible, so there won't be too much weight on the tires. So the tires will have, will have as much performance available to them. Without wearing, really quickly. Box, there we go. Should pit this lap. Left front looks quite worn, if you ask me. I don't know what the tire wear was like for the other people. Usually the tire wear is a little bit higher for me than for the other people, so I don't know what their tires are looking like. It seems like Kefla is coming in. Fergan is coming in behind too, staying within the pit limits, not corner cutting the limits there. Or the white lines, as Alex keeps going, surprisingly. And me, I'm in the pits, Fergan is in the pits, Kefla is in the pits, and there's someone behind us as well. Who is that? Can't really see. That must be the pitbull garage though, so it's probably one of the first guys. Not sure though. Remember, Alex kept going. Now I can tell you that the undercut in terms of pit stop isn't that effective here, so it is faster, but only by about, well, maximal 3 or 4 tenths or so. The tires still have to warm up, and they don't really give a lot of grip on this track when they are still gold. So there we go. It seems like I lost a little bit of time to Kefla in that pit stop phase. Visually, judged on that visually. Fergan, I think he is fallen back a little bit more compared to us, or to us I should say. Right, so now is the time that I have to push. First, in order to come up in front of Alex when he pits. And second, we have to make up a gap to Kifla, who went very wide there, cut in the corner there a little bit. I don't think he gained too much time with that though. So right now it's time to push. But to be honest, I was driving quite, I wasn't really pushing the limits the whole time, but I was just being smooth, trying to be smooth with the tires, because if I would push like a maniac during this race, my tires would be falling off. That's something which I really did notice in the practice sessions, which I did. So I'm just trying to be smooth, even though smooth driving is not really my style. I'm not very good at it. So I think Alex went into the pits. Look on the minimap, that must be his dot, I think. Is it? Yes, that is. You saw a Ferrari coming out of the pit lane there in my mirrors. So Alex rejoins in, well, technically 4th place, because remember Kifla should be in first place. There are a few people though in front of Kifla who haven't pitted yet. One of them must be Fat first, I think. Is it? Oh, maybe I was wrong with the Red Bull pit stop, because I think both Fat first and Jack first went on the prime tire, but I could be wrong. I'm sure that Fat first qualified on the prime tire though, so Fat first is in front for sure. Then there might be Smuffler and Fago Spiral in front of Kifla as well, but I'm not 100% sure. So it seems like the gap to Kifla is basically maintaining currently 1.6 seconds, and the gap to Fergan is just under a second. So that's good. If I can keep Fergan behind me and keep him out of my DRS zone, that will be good. It will be one thing less to worry about. As look in front, Kifla has a battle with, that must be Toro Rosso. Looks like that is Zephyr. He's bending with them and it's definitely holding him up. As I had a pretty good middle sector there, but even though I lost a little bit of time to Kifla, about a 10th, but look at that. You can visually see that Kifla is being held up there, and this is the time that I have to take advantage of that. Yep, the gap is just under a second, so he lost about 8 tenths in that final sector, because he's battling with Zephyr in front, still side by side through the first corner, as it seems like Kifla has managed to pull that move off. But now I'm behind Zephyr, breaking for this hairpin. So, whoa! Very close there. So I tried to undercut Zephyr, but he fenced off the insider, so clever driving from him. And that's why I couldn't get on the throttle as early as I would like to. Even though I have DRS though. I think Kifla won't have DRS, so that will be an advantage. Let's see if Fergan can get past Zephyr as well. Look at the mirrors. Oh, Zephyr braked very late there. Almost end up hitting me. And it seems like Fergan can take advantage of that and pass him. So there we go then, up into P4, just behind Kifla now. And now the battle is on, because now we are within 1 second of Kifla. And we should have DRS if Kifla makes another mistake, goes wide there. As you can see, that puts me right up behind him. And well, you can see as well the dirty air, which is really affecting me, as Fergan has now a look on my inside here through the double right-handers. On the outside here, he's still on my inside there. You can see him there, still around the outside here. Can I take this position? Can I keep on to this position? He is on the outside line there. I'm on the inside line. He keeps it nicely around the outside there. Very, very good driving from Fergan, I must say that. It's a very good move. Very clean driving. Plenty of room given. That's how you should race. So that's unfortunate for us, but again, a very good move from Fergan. But we will have DRS on Fergan though, and hopefully we should get past Beckham straight away. If not in the next DRS zone. Yes, it should be the next DRS zone, because we cannot get past just yet. But Kifla, look at that. He managed to extend his gap, even though he's again stuck behind Sauber, it looks like. That must be Justin, I think, not sure. So Zephyr behind us and Alex is behind us, but remember, Alex will have the advantage in this stint because he pitted 1 lap later than us, so he will have 1 lap fresher set of tires. As there we go then, getting straight past Fergan back again with, using that high top speed. And indeed got past him, and it is indeed Fago Spiral and Kifla up in front battling, and Kifla cannot get past Fago Spiral just yet, and that's definitely another advantage for both me and Fergan. And Alex as well, as Kifla makes another mistake in that corner. He does it a lot of times, goes very wide there the whole time and loses a lot of time. So again, within the DRS zone of Kifla, with a little bit of luck, as Kifla was being held up by Justin in front. Justin doing a very good job at the moment in P2. I think Fat First must be in P1, not sure, we will have a look at that soon. So the whole time through that chicane where we just went to, that left-right chicane, I lose a lot of time there, and I think I don't have a lot of downforce as Fago Spider pits. So Fago Spider, sorry, goes into the pits, and that puts us behind Kifla, as it was indeed Fat first who started on the prime tire, and he pitted right now as well. So we are back in the usual, you know, the normal order, with Kifla in front, and then P2, P3, P4 very close behind each other. So this is a very good battle so far, and you can notice that as well by the amounts of cuts I have done during this race. Currently we have had not a single cut during this race in terms of, you know, video editing. Obviously we had that video mistake or corruption, however you want to call it, but no cuts so far, so that shows that it's very exciting stuff currently. P4 very close to each other, as I'm very close to Kifla now, having a look on the inside there, trying to scare him off more than anything. I wasn't going to dive bomb on his inside. I'm not that aggressive, but just, you know, looking on his inside, letting him know that I'm there, waiting for him to make a mistake. It seems like Kifla did a little bit of track extending there, but it could well be lag, because with this game there's a lot of lag, and usually the cars are not really where they are, if you know what I mean. I mean, for me, Kifla is right now driving on the left. Well, he was for a second there, but on Kifla's screen he might be, you know, to the right, like half a meter more. So the game is not that accurate. It looks like behind us there's a little bit of a battle. Alex is past Fergan. Fergan locked up a little bit, I think, into that final corner, but Fergan can hold on to this position, I think. Does he? No, Alex cuts back on him, but let's keep focused on the battle between me and Kifla, as Kifla goes very wide into that hairpin, puts me right alongside him already, but he has a better exit then, but still taking advantage now of his slipstream as well, and this should be a very easy pass using all of the gears and the DRS in the slipstream. He defends the inside, but there's nothing to do. There's nothing that he can do against the speed advantage that I have. That's a pretty straightforward pass, as I went a little bit too deep into that corner, missed my apex a little bit, so can Kifla cut back on me? Not sure, I think he's too far back, using mix free just to make sure I can keep in first place, take that position, which I've done indeed. So that's pretty straightforward pass with DRS, as Alex managed to pass Fergan as well, up until P3, and there we go then. So I take the lead of this Grand Prix, and we should pit in lap 12. I think I did a little bit of track extending there. I'm sorry about that. I apologize. Alex did let us know that on this track it's really easy to either cut or extend. So Alex said to the drivers that we should be really cautious with track extending and cutting, and that's exactly what I did this race. I think all the drivers did anyway, so that's good. Obviously you want to keep it within the white lines, keep it within the rules, and break no rules. Let's go a bit deep into there. Very wide, and it managed to and Kifla managed to pass us. I think he's on the inside there, and he was on the inside there as I go take a very wide line there. But that does give me a very good exit. But unfortunately we won't have DRS here, as Alex managed to close us down as well, and he is into this fight as well. I'm giving Kifla the slipstream, so Kifla can take advantage of the slipstream, so Alex won't have it, because Alex is my title rival, as I said before, as we go 3 wide into the first corner, into this corner I should say, not the first corner. Turning in on Kifla a little bit there. Unfortunately Alex managed to take the position beautifully, and Kifla is on the outside still. Here I will have the inside line, so that should be easy pass. Yes, it is indeed. So to P2, as Alex, that looked very spectacular, didn't it? 3 wide coming into that corner. I think it's turn 4. That right-hander, it looked really spectacular, but to be honest, don't get me wrong, great move from Alex there, but the car on the outside there is usually an advantage, because on the inside there are a few bumps, and most of the times the corner is so tight, so sharp, that usually when you are on the inside you want to brake quite early in order to avoid contact. So beautiful move from Alex there, don't get me wrong, but it looked very spectacular as I lock my wheels here, and now I go into the pits, and that might be a wrong decision. I went straight into the pits 2 laps earlier than I should have done, and here we go into the pits then to change the tires, even though it is a very unscheduled pit stop. And look behind us, I think that is Gaston as well into the pits, but that is very unfortunate. I will tell you that definitely wasn't planned. I pitted one lap earlier. Smuffler is behind me as I rejoin the track in P11. That's very far down. Now this is quite a serious deal we have here. I'll talk about it later, because right now we have Smuffler behind us, going to mix free and using all of the guards. I think Smuffler will have DRS. Yes, he has indeed. Look in the mirror, he has opened up his DRS wide open. But look, still I have lots of top speed here. Smuffler on the inside there with DRS. Can I hold on to this position around the outside? Yes, I can take it. So that's what I mean. It looked quite spectacular when we were free wide, but definitely when you are on the left hand side, I think it's really an advantage there, because you just take a nice line through that turn for that right hander. Ooh, lots of oversteer there. Very quick steering correction in order to keep it on the track. As I'm pushing right now a little bit more, you can see that as well. With the steering wheel inputs and stuff like that, you can see just pushing a little bit more. Cutting the corner there a little bit too much probably. I apologize once again. It's sometimes just unavoidable, obviously. I mean, when you extend or cut a few times, that's okay, but not a lot of times. So we're right now behind Ryan, and he should come into the pits. Yes, he does indeed. So right now, this lap should be my scheduled pit stop. But unfortunately, as I have a problem with curves though. Lots of people in the pit, by the way. Let's see who's in the pits. There is Kifla. That's Kifla on the inside. Can I take him around the outside there? Quick steering corrections. Don't want to turn in on him. As I take him indeed. And Kifla is smart because he wasn't really fighting that hard there. So that he can have DRS right now on this straight. So he have to defend, going to mix free once again. I go to mix free every single time, every single lap on this straight. And then save fuel in the middle sector. Now remember, my cursor wasn't working, that's what the engineer said, but my cursor is working fine actually, so that must be another Codemaster's bug. My engineer said that the cursor wasn't working, but in fact it is working perfectly fine, so I don't know what's going on over there. As I said, a lot of people pitted, and that put me back up to P4. And even though I had that lockup and I didn't really want to pit that lap, I still managed to come up in front of Kifla. So that is something positive. Alex kept going, so he is still going, which is quite a surprise. He just wants to make use of his tires. As the problem with curse should be fixed. Very weird, but this curse was, as I said before, was working perfectly fine. Vego's Pirate is right now in front, so. And does it look like we will have DRS on him? No, we won't have, but Kifla will have DRS on us, as there's a dot into the pit lane. Look on the minimap, that must be Alex, as he rejoins the track behind Kifla, it seems like it. There is the Ferrari of Alex. Yes, he rejoins indeed behind Kifla. And I should have DRS on Vego's Pirate, making sure that I have by braking late into this hairpin. So the DRS detection line is just before that hairpin, so when you brake late for that corner, you're basically, it's a guarantee that you will have DRS, and there we go. Indeed, having DRS on Vego's Pirate. I want to get past him as quickly as I can. There's a little bit of lag, as it looks like Justin isn't even bothered defending the inside there. He's just focusing on his own race. Can he cut back on me through that corner? Not really. Go to mix free just to make sure I can hold on to this, as I can indeed, doing a purple first sector as well with use of the DRS and the fresher tires. And look behind, Kifla and Justin battling a little bit there, and Kifla got through straight away. So I would have hoped that Justin held up Kifla a little bit more than that, but unfortunately he couldn't do it. And Fed First is still going, but bear in mind that he is on a different strategy, so he will still have to pit. So he's basically a full pit stop still behind. No, in front, sorry. He's a full pit stop in front currently. So Kifla currently, he has the pace on me, definitely. I'm not the fastest guy on track, that's for sure. I'm very sure about that, but it's just the top speed which is right now keeping me alive in this second place. Doing the fast lap of the race there, 1:26.4. Even though I think that will be improved by Kifla. Is it improved by Kifla? Let's see. Oh, it's improved by Gaston, 1:26.4.31. That's just 1/1000th of a second quicker than me. That's very similar times, isn't it? Anyway, coming onto this straight, Kifla looks really close behind me. He will have the DRS and slipstream, using all of my curse trying to defend it, but Kifla looks too close to me, to be honest. And there he goes, indeed, pulling out of the slipstream. He will be on the outside for this corner though, so I'm braking very late. I'm trying to hold on to this, braking very late once again, and I do take this, even though he's still on the outside there, going to mix free. And unfortunately, he will have the inside line for the next corner, so I'm on the outside there, still trying to brake later, and whoa, look at that, around the outside, kept it around the outside there for that left-hander. I was, to be honest, very surprised by the braking port of Kifla. He braked very early there. I expected him to brake very late, you know, in order to keep that place, or to take that place rather. But he didn't. But I'm not complaining. I'll take that. Just do a little bit of corner cut there. I'm sorry, but it does put a little bit of tires on my wheel, and that managed to understeer me through that right-hander. Unfortunately, my scheduled pit stop should be in lap 21 as I have another lockup, and there we go, flying straight off the track, and that moved me up back to P3. P4, sorry. I really don't know what's happening with me and the tire lockups, but there's no time to talk about it right now because Fergan is straight on my tail. Very exciting race so far. Again, visually the P4, P1 until P4 is very close behind each other. Of course, we have still Fat First running in first position, but this should be the battle for first place in this race. So having the DRS on Alex, but Alex will have the DRS on Kifla too, so that the DRS will be neutralized a little bit. But look at that, I'm just gaining on him quite a lot, to be honest. And there we go, braking for this turn 4 and another lockup. That was probably my own fault though. Braked very late for that corner, but luckily still managed to keep it on track. But that was definitely not good. Now, explaining the lockups a little bit, I really have no idea what is it with me and the lockups. I have had quite a few of them this season, and they were all in quite, you know, crucial moments. I have had one in Silverstone, which cost me the win. I have had one in Monza, which cost me the win. I've had quite a few basically in this season, and this time it happens again, and again in a crucial moment, in a very important moment in the race. I was up into first place. There's a lot of understeer there for the corner. I was in first place at the moment, and then locked my wheels in this corner. I really don't know what's happening with me in the lockups the whole time. This time I wasn't even touching the curb, I think, under braking, so they just locked up instantly. Couldn't really do anything about it, but enough crying. Let's just keep focused on the race. Fatverse still has to pit, so Fatverse is still going, and I think he will be doing a set of option tires in the end. As it looks like that Kifla and Alex are both pulling away from me. I have DRS though, but that gap looks a little bit bigger than 1 second in my opinion. So we have Fergan once again on my tail. Let's go a little bit deep into that turn 4. Is it turn 4? 1, 2, 3. Yeah, that must be turn 4. Yeah, that's turn 4. So Fergan again close behind me. The gap to Alex is just 9/10, so it's actually closer than I thought it would be. Whoa, look behind Fergan at a very good corner there, as I extended the track a little bit there. Again, I apologize. Not the cleanest race so far for me. Quite a bit of track extending and both extending and cutting. Not too bad though. I've seen other people doing it more than me, I think. So not too bad though. But again, you cannot really judge on the corner cuts and extends from your own point of view, because it is different from other people's, you know, point of view, which is very stupid, and another reason why I am retiring at the end of this season. But I'll make a special video about it when the season is finished, and then I'll also explain a little bit about FSR, which is the league I will join at the end of this season. So, wandering off a little bit there about the topic. Let's just stay with in this race, as Fergan takes a very good line through that hairpin. Well, he didn't really actually. I thought he was going to do a little bit of an undercut, so he would have a lot of speed coming in onto this straight, but he didn't. You know, make that work, as the tires are already starting to wear, and this is really a pain for me. This is really bad. Both Kifla and Alex are extending the gap, and there's not really so much I can do about it, to be honest. As we finally skip to a later part in this race, lap 19. Look in front, Alex and Kifla managed to disappear completely. 4 seconds, that's a lot of time. And Fergan is very close behind me as well. He has a look on the inside there. Look in the mirrors, he's braking very late for that corner. I have to leave him room, still on the outside there. And just managed to hold on to that place. But it just shows that I'm currently under pressure, as there's another Caterham joining this fight. It must be Fergan's teammate Gaston. So I'm under pressure here, doing 128.2, so that's not a good pace at all, to be honest. Look at the tires as well, left front is quite worn. I'm just struggling at the moment. That pit stop I made, which was 1 lap too early, too soon, is definitely, you know, costing me a lot of time right now. But I had that lock up, and there's not really much I could have done, because if I would have rejoined the track, the game would have slowed me down automatically, and I would have lost a lot of time then again anyway, as we are still on -1 fuel. But that's okay, as Fergan is in the slipstream there using the RS. He's on the outside for this corner. Can I break him once again in this corner? Break too late. Yep, braked way too late, and applying a lot of throttle there, because I knew that the game was going to do the auto brake. And I just wanted to get on the track as soon as I can, because as long as you stay off the track, the game will still auto brake for you, which is very stupid in my opinion. As horrible line through there once again. I didn't want to cut that corner. I just wanted to keep it within the white lines, but that definitely cost me quite a bit of time. Dropped back to P5, and it's now not looking good. I'm definitely giving away the race right now. It was in my hands for a brief moment when I was up into the first place with high top speeds, as whoa, Jack first bumps into me right there, as he has a look on the inside there, as he's dive bombing on the inside. Whoa, there he suddenly is. That's a very aggressive move. But there we go, both Red Bulls passed, and that's for me a marker that I should pit. I mean, I can still drive on this lap, on this tires for 1 more lap, but this is really the limit. If you ask me, I would lose too much time if I still kept going. So here we go, coming into the pits, and there's another unfortunate thing happening. Look on the minimap, there's another car coming up, and that is my teammate Chicane. Look behind, and there he is. Chicane getting held up there. And I didn't feel good at this moment. I mean, you know, sorry for my language here, but fucking up my own race is not as bad as fucking up my teammate's race there, because that's basically what I did there. Chicane after the race, he told me that he got held up massively in that pit stop, because the team still had to prepare the tires for him. Basically, because I had to pit 1 lap earlier, our team strategy basically was over. I mean, it didn't work anymore, because I would have pitted in lap 21, and then Chicane would have pitted in lap 20. But obviously, I just couldn't keep going on those tires, so I had to pit. And unfortunately, Chicane lost a lot of time in that pit stop phase, thanks to me. So I feel really bad about it. I feel really sorry. Again, as I said, fucking up your own race isn't as bad as fucking up another, you know, person's race, especially if it's your teammate. So very sorry to Chicane there. These things happen, unfortunately, but again, I didn't feel good about that, definitely not. So P11 outside the points currently, but remember, there are still people who have to pit, and I have to do 10 laps on these prime tires, and I'm sure that we will struggle in the end of the race, as Ryan retires from the race. I can tell you why. His wheel disconnected, and then he had to drive with a keyboard, which is basically undrivable in a league race like this. So that's why he retired, basically. As you can see there, a lot of people into the pits as well. Let's look in the mirrors, see if we can spot a car. That is a Force India, so that must be Dark Lord. It is indeed Dark Lord, who is rejoining the track behind me. Lap 22, P7. I think we have lost the battle for the lead. Definitely, it's not within our sights anymore. After that previous stint, I think that pit stop which I made 1 lap too soon, is the reason why I had a very poor stint. Previous stint is the stint I'm talking about. Unfortunately, these things happen. There's the gap to Vegas Pirate. It says 1 second, but remember that the gaps to Justin aren't right. He has a glitch. So lap 22, just 8 laps to go then, and I'm pushing, as you saw there, track extending. So another track extend for me there. As I said, not the cleanest race ever, but it's very hard to keep it within the white lines, to be honest, on this track. It's very easily done, a corner cut or extend. So visually, it looks like I can close down Justin. I'm visually coming closer and closer to him every lap. I don't know if Justin is on really old tires, to be honest. He probably is, not sure, as we do a 25.2, fast lap of the race. But other people still have to pit, as Fatfirst is still in the lead. He has to make one more pit stop, remember, for the option tires. So 125.2, I don't think that that lap is going to stand there for a long time, because there will be other people who have pitted about now. And they are already in front of me. So Alex, Kifla, I'm sure that they have already pitted, and they rejoined in front of me, quite a way in front of me as well. So there's no way I'm still going to battle for that position, which is very unfortunate for me to see. Obviously, I'm still in the hunt for the title, but I think as it stands right now, it's not looking good for my title opportunities. And basically, if it stays like this until the end of the race, I think I can forget the title, but we will come on to that later, because we are closing down Justin by quite a big amount. The gap definitely decreased, you can see it there as well. So here we go, going to mix 2, lap 23. I should get the DRS. The first DRS detection is right after this corner. You will see it soon, the white line on the track. 1, 2, there it is. So very close behind Justin. I will have DRS on this DRS straight, as Justin takes a very weird approach to that final corner. He was very far off the apex, so here we go, using DRS, and can I already overtake him in his first DRS zone as Justin does a 124.8, I think it is. So here we go, then swerving a little bit around him, and around the outside. Oh, very quick steering movement there, and yes, I can take that place around the outside, but Justin will have DRS, because the next DRS zone is, the detection was just there, we just passed it, and he will have DRS, as I have a very poor exit, unfortunately, out of that hairpin. So can Justin take me back onto this straight? He looks quite far back, and remember, I have quite a good top speed, which is very new for me. Usually I have very low top speeds, but still Justin is closing down. That's very quick, and it looks like Justin just stays back. Yeah, I think he did. I think he didn't really want to overtake me there. He just leaves me alone there. Just lets me drive. I think Justin was concentrated on his own race. There's a car coming into out of the pits. That is, who is that? That must be Fatfirst then. Yes, it is Fatfirst indeed. So he will be on the option tires now, and I'm sure that those option tires are really good. With just 5 laps to go. So my only chance to pass him and to gain one more place is right here in this DRS zone, opening up the DRS, and in his slipstream. This is my only chance if I want to get him. So here we go then, in his slipstream, pulling on the outside here. He defends the inside, breaking very late for this corner, as he is on the inside there, undercutting him, and it looks like he has a very good exit there, which he had indeed with those fresh set of option tires on the outside here. Can I do the same as what I did to Kifla? No, I cannot. Fatfirst does brake quite late for that corner. Oh, very wide there. Yeah, make a mistake there. And it dropped me back completely from Fatfirst. So I tried it there. I knew that it was my only chance, because Fatfirst will be just pulling away right now on those option tires. So I knew that it was my only chance, but couldn't make it work, unfortunately. And now we are again under pressure from Dark Lord behind in the Force India. And behind Dark Lord it is Fatfirst in the auto Red Bull. Now, sorry, that is Jack First, not Fatfirst. Jack First in the auto Red Bull, but I think Jack First must be on the prime tires now, definitely. So probably Fatfirst went on prime tires in qualifying, and Jack First went on the option tires in the qualifying. So just 4 laps to go, as I'm being attacked by Dark Lord, and at the moment Alex is in the lead. So there we go. That basically spoils my title hopes, if there were any hopes. Obviously I was like 40 points back from Alex, I think, coming into this race. Was it 40? No, it was 20, 30, not sure. Anyway, it was quite a few points, but not looking good, is it? I know it's not. And currently in P6 as well. I think everybody pitted already, so P6 is currently the position I'm in, which is very unfortunate. It's not good to see, is it? As it stands currently, it will be my worst performance of the season, even though I started from the back of the grid in Monaco. So there we go. As I got a push from Dark Lord there. Yeah, I got pushed there. Took a corner cut. Because if I wanted to still make that corner, I would have had to slow down massively there, and that would have been dangerous, because then Dark Lord would have to slow him down himself as well. Well, I don't know what's wrong with me today, to be honest. My speaking isn't great today, definitely not. So Fatfirst, look at that already, a gap of about 4 seconds, which is extremely quick. So there's no way we will still catch up to him. I don't know who's in front of Fat First, to be honest. Might as well be Gaston. But Gaston looks quite a way up to up front Fat First, as well as Dark Lord right now in the slipstream, and DRS on the inside there. I'm trying to undercut him at the exit of the first corner, which I've done nicely there. And I will have DRS, it looks like it. Yes, I will. Yep, there we go. Dark Lord was in front of me when we crossed the DRS detection line, as Dark Lord has a good exit of that hairpin. But I'm not too worried because we can now stay in the slipstream, open up the DRS, and pass him back straight away. But that just shows that I have to defend this position with everything that I have for just 3 more laps, even though my tires are pretty worn already. Remember, I have to do 10 laps on these prime tires, which is quite a lot, bearing in mind that in lap 8 they are already pretty worn. As both Dark Lord and Jack First seem to be just pulling me in constantly into that second sector, especially that left-right corner after the tiny straight. Especially there, they seem to be pulling me in like crazy. But Dark Lord is swerving all over me behind me. He's trying to make me nervous, which is not working currently. So I could well end up in P8 if both Dark Lord and Jack First pass me here. What's my lap times? What are my lap times? I should say it's 27.4. That's not great. Let's be honest, that's not great. 7 seconds to Fat First, so he's like 3 or 2 seconds faster every lap. That's not good, is it? I'm being very slow at the moment. Don't know why. Might be the tire wear, might be something else. I'm not sure. I'm also battling with the guys behind me, obviously, which isn't helping my speed, but still, 2-3 laps every 2-3 seconds every lap isn't good. As look at the front left, it's already really worn, and then we still have to do 2 laps on these tires. That's not something positive. Definitely not. So can I hold on to this 6th position? I think that this 6th position is currently the maximum we can get. The maximum we can get, as Dark Lord, again, he's so fast in that corner there. He was very close behind me once again, but then he drops back a little bit because of the dirty air. But right now my front left is so much worn in these double right-handers that he just stays with me even though he's in the dirty air. And he has a look on the inside. No, he had a little look on the inside there, but managed to back out of it. He decided to back out of it, I should say. 6 tenths up on my previous lap, so that's a little bit better, at least. But still, I think you guys have all seen in the front left, it looks really worn. Still have to do 2 laps on these tires. It's not something where you get happy from. And as you can see on the minimap, there are 2 cars behind Jack First closing me down. Sorry, closing me down as well in his little train. Next time I should, maybe have a bottle of water when I commentate, because my voice is not really happy with the way I talk. So much talking. Mix free once again, as I've done throughout the whole race. Just defending the 6th position I'm in right now. Again, not looking good. I was looking good, battling for 1st place, but suddenly just fell back completely to P6, and my pace has disappeared completely. Let's be honest, my pace is not good at the moment. Almost 10 seconds to Fat First already, but as Dark Lord, another push there, and luckily he doesn't pass me there, because that would be really dirty, obviously. But he has to bear in mind that I'm on very worn tires, and I think he should know that I'm not quick at the moment. I mean, I know that I'm not quick, as he has a little look on the inside there once again, as he gives me another push here, and now he is on the inside for this right-hander, as I get another push from Jack First behind. And that's the move done for Dark Lord, probably. No, it's not, because I have the inside line for this corner. He goes around the outside there. Good move from Dark Lord, leaving him room there. And there we go. But I still have the DRS though, so I should be able to take him back straight away. If not on the second DRS straight. On the outside here for the 1st corner. Can I take him around the outside? Looks like I can. Yeah, still holding on to the outside line there. And yep, taking him there. But look at that. There's the DRS line. As I go very deep into this corner, this is not good. And you will have DRS, and I will have not DRS. Jack First behind me will have DRS as well. So I'm pretty much fucked right now. Sorry for my language once again. So the Dark Lord, the DRS of Dark Lord is open there. Still holding on or keeping up with him though, even though he has DRS. It's quite a surprise. Look on the outside there. And no, that's not going to work. Trying to undercut, but then another push from Jack first. Don't know what he is doing currently. I wanted to undercut on him there. But that basically that plan was thrown in the bin right after Jack first gave me pushes, and he pushes me again right there. And look at that, the two cars I was talking about before, Grenu and Raiden, have catched up to this train as well, as Dark Lord is pulling away. So the only thing which I now can hope for is P7, but Jack first pushes me once again off the track. And yep, there you go, still side by side though. Very dirty driving here from both of us. And he managed to make that move stick. So on the right, in the right hander here, and whoa, another push. There we go, straight off the track. And that's basically P9, as Raiden does let me back through, and I think Grenu is going to let me back through again as well. There we go, yes he does indeed. So P8, very hectic last lap, and here is the result. So Alex P2, Kifla won the race, congratulations to him. Gaston in third, Fergan 4th, Fat first 5th with those option tires. Dark Lord 6th, Jack first 7, who was driving really dirty there in my opinion in the last lap. And me in 8th, Raiden 9th, Grenu 10th, Vegas Pirate 11th, teammate Chicane 12th. Again, sorry Chicane about that, couldn't really do about the pit stop. I know that you lost a lot of time there, but what can you do? So P8, very bad result, being honest. But we have some talking to do, and we will do that definitely after we have looked at the standings. So here we go then. After that P2 from Alex and that P8 from me, Alex has managed to pull a gap to me of 46 points. As you can see, I think, to be honest, Singapore was the turning point for me. I was doing quite well up until that point. I could have won Monza, where I had a lockup. I could have won that. I should have won that, to be honest, but didn't win that thanks to my own mistake. And then we came to Singapore, and I think that was pretty much a turning point. Third place, and then we came to Korea, where I had a disconnect. Then we came to Suzuka, little bit of unlucky things happening there. Luck was definitely not on my side during that race, but that can happen. And now in India, 8th place. I don't know. I think this race wasn't anything with luck. I just didn't drove hard enough, or well, it's tough to explain, because to be honest, I felt after the race I was pretty happy with that. You guys might be wondering, why was he happy? I mean, this is the worst performance of the season, P8. It's not good at all. Well, I agree it's not good at all, especially for my standards, usually battling in the podium positions, you know. But to be honest, I felt that I couldn't really have done anything more than that. I think that I pretty much did the maximum which I could do. Unfortunately, I had that lock up, and I had to pit 1 lap earlier than I would have liked to. But to be honest, I don't think, if I would get another second chance, if I would get, if I would have the possibility to drive that race again, I don't think that I would have done it, much better than that. First of all, the tire wear wasn't good for me. I had that lockup, obviously, which I knew before that lockup happened as well that I didn't have a good pace. But as I said before in this video, in this race, the top speed kept me alive. The defending on the straights the whole time, and mix free, using every lap mix free on that straight definitely helped me by defending and attacking other people. But then I lost track of Alex and Kifla, who were driving extremely well this race. You have to say that, very good driving from the pair of them. I just couldn't keep up. I mean, you can make up a very long story right now, but it's better to just be to be honest, say the truth, and it wasn't just a good race. I think, as I said before, it was pretty good for me in terms of driving. I don't think I could have done it any better, but nonetheless, still P8. Coming back onto the last lap, Jack first pushed me quite a few times. I actually went to the stewards, which I usually don't do because I think it's quite childish. Childish to go to the stewards and then ask for a penalty for someone, protest against someone. I think that's pretty childish to do, because I think you should battle it out on track and not off track. But at that point, I did feel that Jack first pushed me a little bit too much during that last lap, and he did push me as well wide into that double right-hander and then overtook me. So I went to the stewards. Then Jack first posted his point of view, and from his point of view, everything is fine. There's basically no contact when he overtook me. There was contact in turn 4 between him and me, from his point of view, but in that double right-hander, there was no contact from his point of view. So there we go, Codemasters. He pushed me definitely on my screen, but on his screen he didn't. So yeah, I basically said then, well, there's nothing you did wrong, Jack first. So yeah, it's not worth protesting anymore against it, because it's simply not a penalty. If you look back at it, it's definitely not a penalty. He just makes no contact, but on my screen he did. Unfortunately, that's another reason why I'm retiring from this season. After the season, I'm pretty much done with the game now. I mean, I'm talking way too much right now, to be honest. Let's keep it short. Okay, so not a bad race for me in terms of the driving. I don't think I could have done any better. Obviously, P8 isn't a good result. I can give up, I think, on the championship as well. So why don't we just have fun in the next couple of free races, which will be Abu Dhabi, Brazil, and what is it? America, obviously, of course. So why don't we have fun and start from the back? So I won't qualify. I'll just start from the back in the race. So just to make it more fun for you guys and for me guys as well, because it's much more fun to drive at the back and then cut your way through the pack to the front. That's much more fun. I really like that. So talking way too much, as I said before, I'll end the video here. This video has been really long, but there was some very good battling in this video, I think, especially in the first couple of stints, but after that I just couldn't keep up, lost the pace, and unfortunately had to settle for 8th position. Tire wear was quite high for me as well, so I'll end the video here. This has been way too long. I hope you guys have enjoyed it. If you did, I would really appreciate a like. Next time I think I will qualify or start the race from the back and not qualify, unless you guys really don't want to see that, unless you guys really want to see me qualifying. But I don't think that it really makes sense to qualify when you also can have a lot of fun by starting from the back. So that's it. I hope you guys have enjoyed it. Pretty much given up on the championship right now, just looking forward to the next couple of free races, have a bit of fun in there before I end my career with AOR and ARL. So that's it. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.